I think too, like hearing all that, another question that comes up, I'm sure you can answer it so many ways, but I'm curious, like what would you say is the most like impactful commitment that you have made that has like really changed your life?
Marriage. Marriage has been, I remember the homily at our wedding. It was something like the commitment that we're making at this point, we have no idea how impactful and how important it is. It's like a cobweb in the way of a Titanic ship. It's just going to push right through it. There's nothing that's going to hold that ship back. And that ship is life, and the cobweb is like your commitment. It's so inadequate. The only thing that's going to actually control the Titanic that is moving, whatever we want to call it, this big ship, is God. He's the only one. So you can't you actually are putting a covenant together, and your faith is going to be the thing that just grabs a hold of God, and the tassels are just, you're right on that tail, the tails of that coat, right? So it's the greatest commitment in my life has been, and what I've experienced has been through marriage. And it's been a becoming reality. The ups and downs, we did not say, I think we wanted to have a big family, but what the heck did we know back 20 years ago? Like, we don't know what that means. Yeah. It's all drama in your head. This is the type of man I want to marry. This is the type of woman I want to marry. I think the most important thing and commitment that we made was that we love Jesus Christ. We believe in his life, death, and resurrection. We believe that he has saved us from our sins, and that and we're actually attracted to each other. Great. That works. And God can do something with all that, and he has. But that has been the most important, the most impactful commitment I've made in my life is to my wife, and it remains the most important for my children, for my career, for my mission, my faith. It's being faithful to my wife.
When did you first learn in marriage that you were in over your head? Like this, I didn't know we signed up for this. What was that? Can you take us to a moment?
Before or after I first slept on the couch? After. Early on in my marriage, my father passed away suddenly. And dealing with the emotions of that, dealing with the vocation and what that means, and how do you open up and actually express more about your life, right? So we all have these different closets and rooms in our life, in our past, in our history. And I would say I probably felt in over my head because a lot of emotions were like slowly coming up in me that I hadn't really shared with my wife, or that I even knew how to share with my wife. And I thought, how does this work? I could, if God isn't at the center of this, I could see why it's so easy to walk away from this relationship. Because
it's too much.
It's just too much. And you realize, and you kind of process it in different ways. You live in a space of, how do I share everything when I don't even know everything that keeps bubbling up in me? Yeah. Like I said, it's been such a beautiful becoming reality for the two of us. And, I would say it was after that, that was 1 year, 1.5 years into our marriage, and my dad passed away. And I needed the Lord at that time. I realized that marriage isn't going to be the thing that gets me through this. It's going to be actually relying on him.